Overnight we moved several hundred kilometres north from Wilkins Sound to Lazarev Bay. As you join us in this video, we're not there yet. We're surrounded by icebergs and progress during the night has been slow. The plan had been for a Zodiac cruise in the afternoon, but that remains to be seen. While exiting Wilkins Sound, we made our most southerly point. Remember, on this map the South Pole is to the right, off the map, so north is sort of to the left and up a bit. The sea state is pretty nice, but there is definite upsy-downsy going on. That makes negotiating the icy decks tricky at times.
Some chicken soul outdoors outside. Oh, sorry. That's alright. So, our current position is off Charcote Island and we're heading, I think I said, to Lazarev Bay. Lazarev Island? Lazarev Bay. Lazarev somewhere.
Once again the bridge is warm, cosy and busy. We've seen some whales but not a lot. There are a lot of icebergs, but this will prove nothing compared to Lazarev Bay.
Southernmost point we got to. Not bad. I'm trying to pronounce it properly this time. That dark rocky hill there is, I think, is part of Charcote Island. Lots of ice. And a whale just a moment ago. And through some small chunks of ice. We'll basically just barge them out of the way. Interesting iceberg up there with the big pillars. Sort of like clouds, how they carve off, drift, melt, never to be again. More whales.
You have a white ice block. It's behind of that.
Behind the ice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, both. Yeah, both. Yeah.
Wow.
Two of them.
Backs.
Yeah.
Quale blocco? Quel blocco lì? Vedi che ci sono quelli intorno a quei due lì, adesso lo sbufo.
People are not very brave today. There's lots and lots of people on troop and not very many people braving the decks. I can't complain, I've been up here most of the day. Okay, we just had an afternoon update. Due to slow progress through the ice, we may not get ashore or get a Zodiac tour this afternoon. But in the Antarctic, it is what it is. We finally make the turn into Lazarev Bay. I'm surprised by the size of the mountains I can glimpse through the clouds. The one on the right there was pretty big, but you can see in that gap in the clouds there's another big one on the left. Soon the icebergs trapped in the bay come into sight. As we proceed down the bay it becomes more of a maze. Many of the bigger icebergs are stranded on the bottom, trapped here to melt away, hence iceberg graveyard.
C'est vrai que c'est incroyable. Ouais. Je redescends prendre les autres. Mais ça, c'est le truc. Ouais, les bagues, il faut changer.
The scenery along the shoreline is spectacular as well.
All the seals around the bottom of this iceberg. Out here in a single fleece, no gloves. It's effing cold. Just wanted to try and get some shots without the rather smudged glass of the what do you call it? Thing where they drive the ship in the way. Just cruising through some lumpy ice here. I'm getting a hot chocolate. Swinging around between all the icebergs. The clunking sound is the crew constantly chipping the ice off the deck.
We start to get into big fields of slush ice.
I'm a little fascinated by these clouds at the mouths of valleys that just stay there. The wind doesn't blow them away at all. It must be caused by the cold air coming down from the mountainside. There's that one there. Over here. Where is it? There's a big one. It's just been sat there for about an hour. Basically a fog belt. I don't know how this will come out. The viewfinder is not showing the beautiful golden light down there. The sun's starting to, well, it's getting late in the afternoon. Oops, that was wrong. Cruising past those seals. Looks like they're quite happy to stay there.
Getting deeper into the bay now. We can only go as far as the ice allows.
Still swimming along. I think this is as far up the bay as we're planning to go. Chuck a Yui and head back out.
I don't know it yet, but the plan is to park up for the night and head out in the morning. I think we're trying to find a spot where the icebergs are grounded and won't move during the night. Well, not the big ones.
Yeah. Time lapse. Yeah.
Well, quite frankly, I could stay up here until it got pitch dark, but my legs have had it, my bladder has had it, and we have our briefing for tomorrow in 15 minutes, so I'm going to call it quits for today. And as the sun sinks slowly in the west, that's it for tonight and from Lazarev Bay, because we will be elsewhere tomorrow, no doubt. I don't think we're camping here tonight. There's all these big frozen rocks that can move around and run into you in the dark.
Well, they were famous last words from Mr. Know-It-All. We did in fact camp the night because the captain knows what he's doing and I don't. Anyway, off to dinner and Betty buys to see what tomorrow brings.
So it's Sunday the 30th of March, still in Lazarev Bay. It's about 8:30, overcast, cruising around looking for some wildlife because the plan is to do a Zodiac cruise. Angela said she was going to be up on deck 6, but she's not here. Wouldn't mind betting she's up on the bridge. We'll go and have a look. We discovered one of the peculiarities of this ship last night is we were parked in Lazarev Bay, and for some reason she's a lot noisier when she's parked than when she's travelling. So all sorts of quite loud machinery going last night, and our cabin is pretty much right up the bow near where all that machinery is located, so we didn't sleep a lot last night, but there you go, that's the way it is.
Did you find penguins yesterday?
I did. Just had an announcement that because of the lack of visibility, we are not stopping to drop Zodiacs at the moment. I'm going to make some progress heading out of the bay and keep an eye out and see if things improve.
And just using things up, you know, bananas, when they get like this is when we have bananas.
I'm gazing out the window at the ever-changing scenery during a presentation on how they store and use the food on the ship to minimise waste.
2 nights ago, they do well with feeding our crew as well, so your pre-order.
It's the icebergs in here seem to be sort of sculpted into more pointy shapes on the top than I've seen elsewhere. Hardy people walking around out of there on the deck. No gloves or anything. It doesn't feel all that cold though. Okay, looks like we're parking up and going to do a Zodiac cruise. Haven't sort of seen much in the wildlife this morning, but we will get out there and see what we can see. Very washed out, but trying to get the right settings on the camera. Just taking the little Olympus this morning, trying to fiddle around with all these different cameras on the Zodiac. It's just not proving easy to manage, especially when it's really cold. So, try and get some shots of the ship as we go away.
Checking out some of the icebergs in the bay.
We do, I might be putting the camera in the water.
The ship is continuing to head out of the bay.
Always a comforting sight to see.
This iceberg is unstable from melting and has a weird motion in the swell. By the way, we're over 10 kilometres offshore here.
There's a seal up there. Here's those two Zodiacs. There we go.
if you want. Sure. You can have the floor if you want.
You should go on the floor. Yes, I am.
Okay. You need help?
No.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so we just pop the Zodiac.
Ich bin excited. Der Ballon ist geplatzt.
We're heading back to the... It's quite a loud noise. I was almost had the camera running when it would happen.
Con alas, pero se ha ido para el barco. Gracias. Todos estamos bien, ¿eh?
Our buddy boat comes over to lend a hand. It's no small hole, but we're in no danger of sinking, but we do need to head back to the ship. There is radio coordination going on, including queries of what was the loud bang from the other Zodiacs. We also have a big lump of ice stuck in the motor. Need to clear that out.
Propeller's fine?
Ja.
Oh, we are lucky. Otherwise we don't have to drive. Archer. Alan. Bridge, Alan, yes, Archer. The driver with the problem is Eric, and he will be a few minutes yet before he's back at the ship, over. Copy. If you want to replace Zodiac.
I can move, eh?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I will talk to him.
He has a complete hole inside it.
¿El agujero está muy arriba?
We're wondering about the peculiar point of view. We had to sit down in the boat and can't sit on the side at the moment. Sorted the motor out and back to the Ortelius we go. I'm just going to stop here and sort my gloves out.
Zodiac. They asked you to get it.
Yeah. I'm going to tell them if I can change it. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, thanks for...
We head back with our buddy boat, keeping an eye on things. Another Zodiac is requested as we're not finished yet.
Yeah, we are heading back to ship. I don't know if we can get or we don't have. We can get another Zodiac. Just change it. We would like to keep Zodiacing a little bit more.
Yeah, copy that. I think it's possible. I will talk to the bridge.
Thank you so much.
I well understood, Alan.
I can't see. Ship up ahead of us. Nearly back.
That's the replacement Zodiac being launched. Lucky they have a spare.
Right. Okay, now explain to you what's going to happen. We're going to change the Zodiac. We're going to go from the other side. I'm going to tie both Zodiacs from next to each other.
Efficient, transferred to another Zodiac. You get the impression they have a plan to do that.
I'm going, Alan.
The hole's on the other side.
We want to be able to
So,
see. Yeah, no. No, they're going to put it on like straight. Yeah.
There we go. Slightly flat. Okay. In another Zodiac, staying out for a bit longer. It's snowing more heavily now.
What a terrible life.
We go back to sneaking up on unsuspecting seals.
Please, if you're in the front, please.
Swimming along the front of the ice there. And I had the 360 out waiting for them to see if they'd come close to us.
Giving energy.
All too soon, it's time to head back. We join the queue to get back on the ship, and then our Zodiac is lifted on board to be checked, refueled and ready for next time.
Zodiac on board. This is one without the hole in it. Unevenly loaded. Sitting under this one and the greater is the reverse polar pole. This is the view out the window while we're at dinner, and guess who I found? Who was last I saw hibernating in bed and watching all the goings on the screen on the front camera.
That's it for this video, but the day's not over yet. I don't want to do a huge video, so I've split this episode into two. We have only moved 30 kilometres from our overnight location to where the Zodiac cruise ended. Once back on board, we had lunch while the ship headed out of the bay, But there was to be a surprising turn of events. Well, two surprising turns of events. They're covered in the next episode. See you then.